with that, let's check the market and see what we can find. So right now we can't do the freight market because you have to have your own stuff. But since we can be hired as a driver, they cover everything for us. And it doesn't matter where we take, so let's look for what sounds the most fun. So I can go from San Francisco, which is where I'm at. It'll put us in a Kenworth. And it will run down to Bakersfield. It looks like our best bet as far as monetary issues. And it's going to be construction houses. So also, while you're doing these missions with the as a freelance driver, this is your best time to try and discover the cities and the roads and whatnot as you play, because someone else is paying you fuel. Later on, when you have your own truck and you start doing it yourself, you're going to have to be paying for all that yourself out of your own pocket. So I always try and recommend that you do it under someone else's dime. And here we are in the construction yard. Let's take a look around here real quick. See what we can see. Looks good. Oh, there's a window on this truck. Nice. So here's the Kenworth. Here's what we're in. There's our little cargo load right there. So let's fire this puppy up and get this show on the road. I don't know what's in the display. There's our cruise control, water temp, oil temp, fuel, distance, and economy. Well, let's just leave it on the fuel economy so we can see how well this truck runs. So being a Kenworth, it's got a very long nose on it. So I do find that if you try and follow the tracks that are in the ground, or at least the oil tracks that you see from the tires, you'll have a pretty good shot of not running things over. Watch our traffic, pull up so we can see around the fence a little bit. And of course it's San Francisco, so traffic is always heavy. And it looks like we're heading off to find, looks like we're probably going to be taking 80 out to Oakland. We are going to be going down Highway 1 to 152 and then over to 99 to get into the rail yard. And looks like Bakersfield-ish area. And is there anything I can pick up along the way as far as discoveries? Doesn't look like there's anything to go out of my way for, so let's continue this trip. He's got a big load of pipes. Are we going to make this light? Oh, we are going to make this light. Nice. So here that we are in San Francisco, you can see on the side of my navigation display that the speed limit is 30 miles an hour, which you don't want to exceed, otherwise you will get nasty little fines. Now we're into the hills heading off to Highway 1 here. We're going to be on the Coastal Highway, which is rather pretty, but it can also be rather difficult to maneuver. So there's also deadlines that are due with your cargoes. And in this case, let's take a look and see what we've got. I'm looking at a cargo. Well, that's my damage. So the cargo's construction houses, which is basically the little, trailer houses you see going in. They expect it between Monday at 4:30 and Monday at 11 p.m. Right now it's about noon on Monday. So this is going to be interesting. I have 10 hours to get there. I'm going to need to sleep in 13, but that's not really a big deal right now, being as we are going to rest between jobs. My current time to get there, they say I can do it in about 5 hours, so we'll be perfectly within the thing, within our window of delivery. And of course this is Highway 1, so it's going to be nice and twisty for a long time. So 55 might be a little bit of a challenge. Just in case you're wondering, I'm actually playing on a PlayStation 4 controller, which is a lot smoother than my other option, which is the keyboard. Looks like we're straightening out a bit, so let's bring our speed up to the legal maximum. And we're well on our way. So you'll also notice that some of the signs in here for places will be different than if you've played the base game. Because I actually have a couple of modifications on here that allow me that have updated my signs. So I have real world counterparts for the ones that you'd see that would make sense. Like I have some on here that will show you the signs for like Napa and Walmart and things like that, where people were trying to give you that same impression and not really use those. And this is a really narrow, tricky road. Thank you, satellite navigation, for picking the most difficult road to take with a long trailer. But it is pretty back here. I really am enjoying how pretty it is. So, another curvy, wonderful coastal type road. You can really hear the engine struggle on some of these hills. I'm not quite sure exactly where this road is supposed to be. This is 153, so we're coming in from the coast. Oh, just a hair too fast. So, yeah, some of these roads are pretty tricky to run. Again, I'm in a Kenworth. I'm really familiar with I really like the shorter noses on the Peterbilts. I'm not quite sure why the satellite would take us through a one-lane overland route. But it is what it is. This is probably the most efficient use of our time, if not the most interesting route we could do. And now we're coming into a little redwood forest here, or pine forest here. It's really, really pretty. I mean, they've done a good job of giving you that nice California feel. As you'll see as we get near Bakersfield, it'll brown out and yellow out like you're used to seeing in California. And we're about to make another road transition. Pull up, make sure there's no traffic. We're looking good. Hopefully he doesn't run into my trailer. And now we're on to the next road. It's really, really pretty. I mean, this game, they've done a stellar job of giving you the feel of California. And a lot of the little backcountry scenic style roads that are actually in here as far as the major ones. And I mean the textures on the grounds are amazing. I mean the roads look old and worn and have been used forever, which is what you'd expect for California. And now we're about to get on to highway, it looks, I believe Highway 99 this was. Swing wide to get on the freeway. And we are on Highway 99. They have a lot of the major iconic highways throughout California here. 5, 99, 50, 80. Set our cruise control to keep us out of trouble with the local enforcement. I do think I want to find a mod that will retexture the police cars so at least they are the California Highway Patrol and the Nevada State Police, which will just give you another feel for when you're in each state. They do have the major signs, as you can see, for locations and exits. And other than that, yeah, it's just a really well put together game. I mean, the overpasses are, if you're familiar with the roads, they have a lot of the iconic landmarks. When I drive through Sacramento, I can realize, hey, that's the building over there on Highway 5 downtown. And a lot of the skylines are pretty accurate. With enough iconic stuff to make you feel that you're in the right spot, in the right area of town. Oh, they have their own little exit lane and they don't like to use it. It's really kind of annoying sometimes. Oh, look, Ray's Hamburgers. Interesting. I say, there's a full day-night cycle in here. So we get both evening and all that fun stuff. I will try my best to keep gameplay during the daylight. But, you know, night delivery is just part of the life of being a trucker. So I will have some night episodes as well. Motor City, I wonder what they sell. And we're approaching our destination here, as you can see on our right hand side. And right as the city speed limit changes. As we approach the rail yard, we're going to be asked again how we want to do the delivery. I'm really thinking that I want to keep it as the difficult parking. Place it where they want it. And I can actually set that so it'll stop asking. And we found Bakersfield. And then we're going to use that one because it does give us the maximum credits. I don't know if we'll be able to squeeze in here. If I do this right, it should be relatively simple. Okay, that approach, no, let's try this one. I'm absolute rubbish at this parking thing. It's just not something I'm good with. Nope, that's not going to work yet either. Guy on the dock's like, what is this guy doing? Does he even know how to drive that truck? I may just take this one because I'm having a devil of a time. Yeah, we'll just take it. Hey, we made a level. And with that, looking at the level things, the most valuable thing for a starting business that I can think of right now would be the high value cargo, the fragile cargo, and maybe just in time. But I think we're going to stay with the high value, which will net us more money in the long run. Although, yeah, that's going to be our best bet. And with that, I will end this video here. And next time when we come back, we'll pick up our next job and see where it takes us. Until next time.